Well, howdy there, Super Robot fans. My name is Austin. Welcome back to the Super Robot Wars Archives. Today we're going to be playing some more Alpha. We are hopping into scenario 43, I want to say. I think. I'm kind of losing track because our episode numbers are so, 43. Our episode numbers are so disaligned with the actual scenario numbers now because of so many of those short little ones. We are in the middle of a route split right now. We have selected the Goraun route split. I'm not sure how long this episode is actually going to be, but there's so much text to begin with. But historically, all these route split ones have been, largely speaking, short when it wasn't that really, really chunky one in the middle of the game. But like all these small, you know what I mean. Before all the accusations come in, yes, I saw I had a lot of money. I'm trying to save that for the Don Cougar's upgrades. I just want to make sure we actually have enough money to like get real use out of it before the end of the game. I want it's like 150,000 or something like that. It's got to be more than that because our next upgrade's just 60,000 alone. So yeah. I'm intentionally saving it, which is usually against my better judgment, but we're gonna try it this time. We open with some introductions for Banjo's auxiliary team. They're being all flirty with each other, cute. But the primary gist of this conversation is that like the Earth has sort of we get more details about how the Earth has fallen apart since last we were here. And the Titans and Byston Well are really like heavily assaulting a lot of the bases that we had previously come to know as like safe or roughly safe. The Far East base, kind of in particular, considering some of our former allies had a working relationship with Shot, so he probably told Drake to attack said base. And in learning those details, we did have to tell Commandant, Lieutenant, I don't know what his rank is, Igor here, that Ingram has betrayed us also, seeing as I think they were allies, or at the very least they worked together, which at the same time, our original pilots are going to tell our original characters, Robert, that Ingram has also betrayed us. While we also get a little bit more detail here because we also get to ask questions about and our SO. Unfortunately, there's basically no knowledge, save but one lead, that as far as Robert's concerned, they're probably going with Ingram wherever he is. And evidently, the guess is that he's at the IPO Peking base. I'm not sure why. I would love to know that, but we theoretically have a lead. So I don't know if we're following up on, I don't know how soon we're going to follow up on that, but hopefully quickly. I apologize. We do know the reason why. I just forgot the sentence that followed. That said base is where more of the SRX project is being carried out. That another new robot is being investigated, operated on, manufactured there at the time. So obviously Ingram is going to have a vested interest in there. Sorry, that's my bad. Like I said, there's a lot of text this time. We do get sort of a heartfelt promise at the end, though, that Robert's like, yeah, like, this is also pretty crushing to me. Like, please don't worry. I promise to be faithful to you and Ryusei. I'm curious if that's going to be true. He looks so calm. I could very easily see him turning like wild JRPG endgame boss style. That I don't know what the other guy's name is. His name is so hard for his name is so weird. But the guy who's looked like the final boss so far. I wonder if Robert's just gonna like upend him, or maybe I'm trying to lean too hard on the like surprise factor that I've gotten so used to from like most modern media. Another fragment of our squad has gone off to watch Gendo be suspect again. Banjo and Gendo seem to know each other from the past. I really like how they're making Banjo this like herald of a time beforehand. I always like. He's kind of taking a similar role as Blessfield Artigan from W. I always like when they have a character that is familiar to the series already occupy the space of the past. I think it's a very smart way of using them for like people who have a lot like longevity in the series. But we are here for a couple of reasons. A, Gendo wants to know how the Avis fared against the STMC, which I'm pretty sure are the Gunbuster enemies, but I can't remember for sure. And I tried to search it, I can't like find it easily. But I'm pretty sure those are the Gunbuster enemies. At least that's how I'm going to operate. Additionally, he wants to get the Ava outfitted with some new weapons, which we'll talk about, I think, a little bit later. But he also, in his shady ways, is talking about the Human Complementation Project and Banjo wants to know more about it. And he's like, you don't need to, but you've been a good genetically engineered test tube baby from your father, Kenzo. What? Is that a normal Daitarn 3 plot? I did not realize that. I just thought he was a regular dude. That's fun and interesting. So, but speaking of said human complementation project, Gendo and Kaji are talking about the necessary steps to protect humanity through this complementation project, and that Kaji has a frozen sample, the first human atom. I have been asking for this, so I guess I can't be too upset despite the fact that it's coming from these two fools. But we're getting a lot of like cross-reference happening here. So they want to use Adam as a like trump card counterpoint to the Arrogators, who they are worried also have a comparable project. And if they start moving on said project in a way that I guess these two will know, then that says they have something like the Dead Sea Scrolls. And I just like, I've thought about Ava vaguely recently because of these games, but I've not thought about it in specific. And I forgot how much just like religion language they throw around without any real like care for what it actually means. And it's just it's very funny to me. It's the like equivalent of techno babble. It's like religa babble, which is doubly funny because babble is from Tower of Fame. That little scene we skipped over was the younger kids all talking about how much school they've missed because of their excursion into space and like what are they going to do about it. It's just the contrivances we make in order to like allow this still feel like juvenile is very funny. Like, look, how does this possibly matter? I feel like that's a military just like quick stamp of paper and be done with it kind of deal, but it's fine, it's cute. And we need to like a brief moment of levity till we flash back to the horrors of Ava. So the adult team of Ava, the adult science team of Ava, I guess, are all looking at said upgrades that I mentioned before. So that's Ava Unit 3 and 4 are getting cleared for combat. But also that relates directly to the dummy plugs and how much most of the people working are pretty uncomfortable using them, but understand that there's like unnecessary evil to them like being deployed. And because nothing can ever go exactly right, especially when Ava is involved, everybody loses power, and everyone's like, oh no, wouldn't it be so bad if an angel attacked right now? What are we going to do? Fortunately, this area has been built to like survive independently on its own for a while, but that doesn't mean things are going to be easy, just it can. But the fact that the power is not working like this, like the fact that this is like a total blackout, indicates that some of that independence that they had expected to be able to deploy is being circumvented somehow, and that odds are it's by another person, which is a bit spooky. It does, and like I've said this, I have not fully said it. I've tried to intimate about it, that the conflicts of this feel so disproportionate. Like, I understand that there are going to be villains who are going to want to try and fill the power vacuum when like everyone else feels like they have to go and do something to save the world. That like evil powers are going to try and like occupy space. But there's so much bigger concerns. There's so many more existential threats that like, what are we doing here, folks? This is so goofy. Y'all villains need to get your priorities straight. And as predicted, in fact, there is an angel on its way. There we go. And ain't it just a spooky little weirdo? So that's going to be our primary objective this map. Oh, this is interesting. We have to leave somebody behind. It'll be the Texas Mac. That actually was a really easy choice. Never mind. Yeah, so one of our skill points this time is to defeat the angel before the Ava units show up. Obviously, they can't deploy because they're in total blackout. So Rei, Asuka, and Shinji are going to do some like Ava plotline stuff where they're like crawling through a vent and they do the like teenage kid drama stuff of crawling through vents. And they'll get to play it at some point, but we want to try and beat this before that happens, which I suspect is going to be pretty easy, especially while the Don Krugar is here. So let's get that set up. That like story bit was considerably shorter in game that it felt like reading it. There was so much text. I did also, when I was trying to like control find the SMT, what is it called? The what I think are the bugs. STMCs, sorry. The STMCs. I saw just like how not far down how like little we've moved down the page in terms of text. And I'm just so worried for how much text there's going to be in future maps. But that's fine. That's fine. I guess hold on, sorry. I forgot we should do the like opening stuff. Yes, we need to shoot down Matariel within 3 turns to get 2 skill points. If we shoot it down within 4 turns, we get 1 skill point. And there's another expert points. There's another expert point that shows up later, but we will deal with that then. And I think it sort of betrays a little bit of some other information, but we'll think about it then. And our objectives are the usual: destroy all enemies. If we lose all of our team or we lose our battleship, we are out. And oh, we can separate? I didn't realize that I turned separated. Interesting. Can we come back together? Probably not. If I remember it, I will try and do that on the final turn. Whenever we're gonna clear, just to see what's happening with it. Oh, we also have multiple ferries now. We should check those to see if we want to switch who's where. I guess we can also just like kind of do it manually here. I guess Belle has so little XP on her. We could actually, you know what? We could move Belle on to show for a map, give her just like a huge jump in XP, and then put her back on the Goraon with like more spirits on her. I think it's not the worst idea. I don't know if it's a good idea, but I don't think it's the worst idea. I think also now knowing about better how this map is getting deployed, we for sure could have put more movement parts on some of our pilots just to make sure we were actually like getting our turn objectives. I think we are going to be okay regardless, but we shall see. This is, oh yeah, I was like, where my cursor going? But they're still crawling around. My translation has none of that translated. But okay, yeah. I think we are good because it's this turn and then next turn we still have to punch this thing. Let's get a scan going, actually. I forgot to do that. What are we working with here? Ooh, so creepy. I love it, though. AT field, HP region large. We'll see if someone has it done. We'll see if someone has it done to make this just, like, pitifully easy. And, okay. Just a straightforward attack. Isn't it normally like around here? I am unsurprised. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Okay. I wonder if someone could have it dawn here if we just like train people differently. We can move the Don Cougar in. And okay. We can move 2 more spaces with an Excel. And then we have access to this attack. But we unfortunately don't with the Don Kuken, but we don't have the like super turbo ultra laser blaster. Which is a bit of a bummer. We don't have a lot of other units to do a ton of damage at this point. Like barring the fact that we can't take the AT field down. We could give... Hold on, how much does Isaku do? Isn't it 130? It is 130. This is 120, 130. We could just full morale up Daisaku, and that could maybe do something. You know what? I guess. Hold on. Let's do the Don Cougar part first, and just like instead of worrying about it, let's just see how much it does, because we might actually just be fine. Like, if this does over half, I know it has a large regen, but if it does over half, we could be good. Okay, and then we're intentionally going to take the damage so that we can let the Ginrei bot heal us, because we probably have, like, the Don Cougar for sure has some of the highest XP, so, like, good levels on her. And, like, we're not using our healing XP enough, and we're wasting spirits on it. I need to, like, try to like, reorganize how we're distributing those, like, those costs amongst our team. Oh, yeah, I think we're going to be fine. I think we're going to be totally fine. As long as one other person can get through the barrier, we will be okay. Right, because it's going to heal 30%. So we probably won't be able to do... Nice. We probably won't be able to, like, fully just kill it with the Don Cougar. But I'm also sort of hoping that it's going to move again, so we actually maybe can just kill it if we get, like, the full power attack, the full power laser. Is Sho actually going to do us any good? I don't actually think so at this point. I don't think he has enough power. It's just a matter of getting everybody else in range, hopefully. Like, even that's not going to do much of anything probably against it. Do we have Sun Attack? I guess not in this form we don't. We need... Okay. We need 2 shots of this. That takes us 80, so then we have, what, 92 left? We do have a Valor going down to 52. We don't have enough for an Awakening also, but that's okay. I think the Daitarn can also clean up if we need it to. I think we should be good. The question is where the rest of the map is going to show up after this, because this is for sure not the only portion of the map. Not just because I believe it to be true, because this is too short. Like, there's another expert point and plenty more things. I mean, we got done Mind Pilots deployed for a reason. We know Byston Wells is involved in this area. So I guess also I said I was going to try and do this. I have a sneaking suspicion that we're going to get a deployment from over here, because we might actually get it from both sides. I would not be surprised if we get it from top and left. But the Matariel started a little bit more from the top, like it started over here. So I would not be surprised if they came from this side. But these games do really like spreading everybody out. So it would also not surprise me if they were a little bit more to the right, which is why we're going to put Sho kind of towards the right. Okay. Show me what you got. Oh, I guess also, like, we might just be able to... I had not considered the fact that we could also just do damage to it on enemy phase. This won't do 16,000, but this should still do roughly 8k, right? It did 16k with a Valor, so this should still do 8k. I don't remember if it crit or not. But 8k still gets through the barrier. And 8k on a crit is 6k without a crit. So that should, again, still get through the barrier, which should still be actually probably enough with the Don Cougar afterwards anyway. I don't know how much we're going to use the Daitarn. Like, I'm glad it's here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know how much we're actually going to use the Daitarn. So I don't know how much we actually, like, want to give the resources to it. Okay, this is turn 3. Do we have this dialogue translated? Yes, okay. Yes, so everyone's sort of putting together that the poison spit from this angel is going to, like, annihilate the base very quickly. This is one of the reasons we have this turn limit on us, is it's not just for the sake of making the skill point harder. It's the angel would, like, destroy the base. Like, it would be ruined by like, in, like, 3 or 4. I believe it's still going to call it minutes. But at the same time, we are also they're picking up readings that Aura Battlers are on the way. There was that, like, brief, small, slow pan of Gendo. That is because he is headed off to help with the launches of the units. So maybe he does believe in his kid. Maybe maybe he's not entirely a bad dad. He's still a bad dad. Okay, you know what? Actually, giving that to the Don Cougar is actually not that worthwhile. Like that's gonna be. It doesn't need that much XP. It's so much higher level. So we can try and give it to somebody else. We could. I guess we could just give it to the Nightarn. Banjo's like not the worst target for it. Okay, hold on. Let's check some stuff. That said, I think we are going to need to Sun Attack. I don't think we need to Valor the Sun Attack though. So let's just willpower. Sorry, will Spirit twice. I can't keep the names. I can't get the names right. Let's do this, and then we can get our dragon. Like we can Valor up a Stone or Sunshine if like absolute necessary. I forgot how quiet the opening is. I've also forgotten how much in my head I have changed the canon of Nightarn. I believe it's Italian. Tutti robo. People who know more about the production of this stuff than I do, please correct me. But there's an Italian like television series or television channel that like only premiered mecha anime, and for a lot of the shows they made their own openings for them, and I love the Nightarn opening. It's so good. I've probably talked about it before, but in my head that is the canon Nightarn opening. That's what I think of first when I think of its music, and I was like, why are we not playing that music? There it goes. See, we don't need the Avos. Entirely unnecessary. Shame we didn't have a cheer or not a cheer. There's no cheers in this game. A game. Yeah. Ooh, interesting. That's exactly not where. Literally everywhere but where I said. Okay, yeah. So this would also happen during the enemy phase too. Like they would show up during enemy phase if we didn't kill the angel. But there, it's some main characters are showing up. So we have Show's old commander Burn and Show's like human friend rival who was with him on Earth, Todd. We've seen them, I believe, once in this game before, but we've not seen them much. So Todd is here, and we need to persuade him in order to get our expert point. So I guess we are going to get him later, and also knowing that we can persuade him. I wonder if we have to go to combat with him. But knowing how the Dunbine, like how Dunbine has worked in the past, I do still want to try and have Show go to combat with, if not try and shoot down as many of the named characters as possible, because that's usually involved in doing something meaningful with them. I would assume if we can get Burn in Y, he's maybe on the table for this game too. It's at least a possibility, so I would like to try. We can put you pretty forward and have the rest of the bugs hang back. But this is the rest of the map then. Is dealing with these goobers. There's no combo to worry about, so we can just go into a ball of death. But oh, I forgot. I did not account for. Okay, we're gonna try and block this. I did not account for the fact that like he was going to A, move this turn, or B, have good accuracy. That's my bad. I forgot I should have put a focus on him. Hopefully we don't die. So Burns is here. They don't say, but he was. They had a conversation a while ago that it was Drake who sent. Don't die. Good. Okay, we're fine. Good. It was Drake who encouraged Burn to go after Show. I guess seeing as he was his old captain, like that kind of makes sense too. And we're gonna block this too, just to be safe. I guess it is the Aura Sword, so hopefully we don't die. That would be a real shame. I did not expect them to move the first turn. I'm like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so Burns out of the way. He's more incidental here. Todd is deeply distressed by how like soundly he was handed a defeat in Byston Wells, and wants to try and pay Sho and Marvell by extension back, and that he is allowed to be reinstated as a captain if and only if he can bring Sho's head back on a plate for Drake. I think we're just gonna go for accuracy here and see what we can do. They already have 100% accuracy on us, so we may as well try and block it. This doesn't need to get shown off, though. And honestly, fine. This will build morale build morale up for us a little bit. And even this is more preferable. Yeah, so we can put a bullseye on next turn. It was just a matter of knowing whether they were going to like move or not. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're not doing that much damage. Then we prefer the better attack. We could chip a little bit of these. Yeah, see? That's okay. That's barely anything. Never mind. Man, I guess it's I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening with the what's it called? Giant Robo. It seemed so good at first, but maybe Daisaku's, maybe it was carried by the big the big printed values, and its actual damage stat, like Daisaku's actual like strength or like melee power is low. I don't know. We'll look at it after this. Odds are this isn't going to do anything, but let's give this one a gander because we don't really get to see the Godao in combat very much. I like that I like that it got to like splinter off and do its own thing too. That's like also a little bit part of the reason why I wanted to pick this side, because we just like don't see this battleship really much, or at least I haven't yet. It's got a cool design. I would like to see it in like full detail because it feels a little bit muddy, but I'm kind of digging it. Okay. Since everyone's moved forward, I wonder if we could just like clear. Well, we probably actually don't want to, because we're gonna lose Sho's turn talking to Todd, and I would like to have him fight Burn. I guess he did fight him. I would like to try and give him the kill if we can help it. Ooh, the Great Mazinger. I forgot about this. Yeah. So the Great Mazinger shows up to sort of like help us out and save our butts. But that's largely it. They are sort of like showing up in the nick of time. But someone ordered them to, but they haven't said who. I wonder if that'll actually matter or not. Or if it was just like, yeah, we were told that you need some help. But the Ava kids are giving each other garbage. And they're gonna show up soon. Okay. Let's not worry about the Great Mazinger yet until we actually see whether we get to keep it or not. But them starting with Majin power is definitely good. Definitely good. Okay, so you need to switch, and yeah, you can talk. Okay. Here's a focus. Let me see how our combat stacks up against everybody else. Okay. Decently well. None of y'all attacked, did you? Okay, we're gonna scan one of them to see if see where we want to go. 3 range. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's an easy answer. We 100% talk from here. I wish they had, for as important as the talk conversation is, it would be really cool if they had the talk conversation translated here, but they do not. This is a detail we did forget to mention, that a lot of Todd's aura power right now. Oh, I thought interesting. I thought he was gonna like go away or something. A lot of Todd's aura power right now seems to be coming from his anger and his hatred, which is like not long-term sustainable. And we did comment on that some amount when we were actually in Byston Wells, and like how stressful and powerful and scary it is. Darn, I was really hoping they were gonna have a bullseye. That's a shame. Okay. I don't want to leave these guys around, but I know if we hit them with like if we hit them with the Danku guard, they're just gonna crumple like paper. So we can't do that. I guess an upside to this is, well, I was gonna say they can't dodge really well, but this one clearly, we can clearly punch these in the face easily enough. Die? Nice. Oh, it got thrown over here. It's funny. We could... These attacks are kind of free. I think we do just send it and see what happens, because if it does miss, it's not the end of the world. That's down here. So we need to move... We need to move the getter out of the way, and then we can bring the... what are you? The land... oh, Liger. Sorry, the land Liger in this place, and we can combine them back together. Yeah, like most of these attacks are quote-unquote free. It's just a matter of them cooperating with us. But, like, most of this stuff is going to be pretty easy now that we have bullseyes. Yeah, that doesn't matter. It's just the problem with show. I think we're going to be here 2 more turns, so we can, like, take out one of these 2 on one turn, take out the other one on the other. I don't know if my, like, expectations are reasonable or not, but I am for sure used to that being how Dunbine works other times. So, like, I think it's comfortable to operate under that principle this time, too. I'm trying to justify it, like, y'all are going to complain about me trying to get, like, cannon kills. We need a little bit more morale, but that's fine. I think that will do. Marvell's 33. Wow, we've, like, given her no resources. I just, like, stopped using her for a while because she was, like, above the curve. And there was no reason to do that. Here, catch back up, girl. Yeah, easy. She's so good. She's so good. I'm so glad she's so much better in this game. It's so nice. Okay, if we split these up, where are they going? That's fine. These attacks are pretty free. Yeah, then we can recombine to the dragon afterwards. Yeah. Then we can recombine into the dragon. And we can start working on one of these purple boys. I don't know what they're called. The Bastoru. The Bastore. Oh yeah, isn't it Bastol? Bastole? Bastole? I guess it should be Bastole then, yeah. Let's get up close though. Oh no, oh, that's really nice. Because I accidentally started switching to the Liger, or I chose to switch to the Liger not thinking about the fact that was going to send to a unit that had already used their turn. It does tell you that it's going to end your turn. That's really good. I like that. I feel like modern games would not give you that nicely. Okay, we are going to use a bullseye. That's fine. Easy. Who has a harder time? I believe it's Keen who has a harder time getting stuff. So we can have her take this kill. Yeah, that's fine. Easy. I forgot to check if she had a gain. Whoops, my bad. Okay, you come here. That's pretty honkin' rough. I really don't want to lose the Dunkugard pieces. Okay, hold on. What spirits do you have? Oh, we have a flash. Okay, we're changing the flash. That makes this easy. Incredible. Yeah. Totally fine. Worth the risk, I think. Worth taking a shot. You come back together. I suspect you... So we could either heal Sho or we heal the Don-Cougar. I think healing Sho is the safer, smarter play. Healing the Don-Cougar is, like, definitely the more satisfying play. But... the Leprechauns, I feel pretty confident, are more scary than the Bestols. The Bastardes, sorry. That's... actually, hold on. I'm assuming 29. Yeah, they actually don't have it yet. It's 2,000 power, and then the Leprechauns are... only 1,800. So actually, no. Actually, the Bastoles are spookier. Okay. So let's get close with them. Like, that is probably it. Have a bullseye. And I actually don't know if this is going to kill. This might not. We do have a lot more morale, though, in order to get that sun attack. I guess also we should have shown that, because we haven't actually used the Die Torrent a lot yet. That's fine. It's fine. No, that was actually rather clean. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I like, kind of said this, but did not actually say it. Like, one of the things I would love to do is a map attack here to hit these. We don't have a bullseye, so that's probably not actually worth it. I guess we may as well take one of these, like, 10% pot shots. Like, it could have hit. That would have been, like, easy and clean. I think just, like, move the Don-Cougar forward and, like, that'll work. Do we have bullseyes somewhere that feel safe to use? This one's probably fine. That still leaves us with a Valor if we need it. I don't think Drake's showing up at the end of this, but who knows? There could be a Drake battleship in our future. Okay, you're out. Then the Grungus can also easily take out one of these. Oh yeah. I forgot I was looking at it incorrectly. I was looking at the non-transformed version, so I was like, oh, this power's really low, but that's just because it was in bird mode. This might be, we might need to tag team this one, but that's fine. Yeah, oh yeah, we super do. Okay. Cool. That's some more or not aura power. Psychic power is definitely glad to have that. What do we have here? Love does not do what we need it to. How? I actually don't know what the percentages were. I think they were. I think one of them was 56. Yeah. Here's a flash also. Yeah, if we could get Nia and Keen some more levels, that would be pretty sick. Oh, so close. Okay. That ship was half a level. Incredible. And then you're going to heal the Dunbine, or the Bellbine. Okay. I believe we are 2 units heavy. Oh, yeah. Right. And the Venus. Okay, cool. Now we're good to go. Yeah, so what... I think we just... No, we're going to counter. Oh, well, not like that, we're not. Yeah, we're going to counter like this. Man, that seems so bad, though. This is the Aura... they're the Vulcans, though. Okay, hold on now. I think we are going to try and counter it. The Vulcans do so little, and if we get, like, full Aura slashed by Todd, I think we're going to die anyway from full health because of how potent Aura power is and how juiced like, every Dunbine's melee stats are. So I'd rather get damage applied. I think this makes more sense to me. We'll look at them also after this to see who we actually want to go for. That's actually pretty close. I think we can probably just kill Burn without really any assistance next turn. This we're going to block to make sure we don't game over. Actually, no, we won't. No, we won't. We've got the expert point now. We would lose out on maybe what I'm thinking is potentially a secret. But it's not lose any ally, it's lose every ally. So actually, no, this is fine. That was cute, Chum. Was she like waving her tongue at, like, blowing a raspberry, I guess? Yeah, I'm fine giving this to Marvel. I know I said I was going to give it to Nee, but this is okay. Yeah, I'd rather, like, we are more likely to actually use Marvel long term, so I guess I would kind of just rather give it to, I'd rather give it to her and, like, actually have that resource, those resources go somewhere that mattered. And we're just gonna block here to stay safe. Okay, no, we wouldn't have died. I guess it was another Vulcan. I don't trust their survivability at all. Wow, then no one attacked anyone that had bullseyes. That's such a shame. Okay, do we get the Ava units now? Now that they probably just don't matter. I know they get deployed. They can get deployed this map, but they're, man, that's a lot of text that we did not get translated. I feel like they're getting launched. Just in time for us to not need you. Good gracious. Okay. Oh yeah, they're connected to that building. Fascinating. They theoretically have some more attacks now, which is good. They definitely were, they were a little lacking as far as damage was concerned. Yeah, no, we've got some power now. Nice. Okay, cool. That said, I don't think we need to use them. How are any of these? Oh no, those are our guys. Yeah. Okay, so Show is going to focus and flash again. And actually, how much is burn worth? I mean, I don't know why I was asking this. We have fortunes left. We should use them. Oh, I forgot. We also totally could have put on the Chum sneak, don't attack me. Okay, we need to get one kill first. Never mind, we can do that. It's just a matter of how greedy I want to get. Here's a focus, and you are punchable. Or not. That's fine. We can have Marvel. Hold on, we should check actually what she's doing. Yes, a focus will do it. Yeah, that'll work. Like I said, I don't think we're taking another turn after this, so I guess let's use everything. Or do we come over here? All right, let's come over here because anything that's close to the Don Cougar is best left to the Don Cougar. Perfect. Okay. You have so little left. Oh, I forgot that these games, yeah. The buildings have the disproportionate, they don't have symmetrical HP and energy regen, so I just looked at the HP regen really quick and did not clock the energy regen before. But no, the energy regen is also very present. Okay, we've not needed to use it so far, but that might be a thing that will come in handy later. Sure, close enough. Incredible. We are on this route split at least long enough that it is. I know I sound like I'm going back and forth about these, but the sentiment remains. If we can give it to someone who's going to exist long term, that seems definitely more preferable to me. But it's not the end of the world if we give our resources to people who are going to be using somewhat around now, right? This route split is still extant, and we are going to be saddled with these two, so we may as well make some use of them. It's very much a in between kind of. It's very much an in between kind of feeling that I'm not communicating well. Let's have a bullseye also, because this is for sure going to kill. Let's just Valor it just in case also. In case of what? I don't know. Yeah, easy. Okay, that's great. Oh, right, yeah. Show can come over here. No. No. And you can kill Burn. And then we can take out Top next turn. The Dunmine music is so good. And it, like, as much as Super Robot Wars games do give us good renditions of things, I feel like this is very close to the original, and I think it is better off for it, because I think the original just fit the feeling of these games so well. Also, that was a ludicrous amount of damage. Largely because of just, like, how stacked. I just forget how... What? No, sorry, ignore me. Show got Soul, not... I thought he got an Awaken. I was like, what? No, not Awaken. What's the other one called? Enable. I thought he got Enable. I was like, that's so weird for him to get that. But no, he got Soul. That makes sense. Never mind. I mean, that's still a really early Soul. That's still really early. Like, he is correct. I think the Dunmine pilots also have some of the earliest double turns, which I'm very much looking forward to putting to use. It's... You want to get lucky this time? Let's see what happens here. Yeah, bummer, okay. But it's just these three left, and we get to gang up on them however much we'd like. It's not a matter of if they're dead, it's a matter of how they're dead. And this is preferable. Because leaving them to, like... Okay. I think I have the way to explain it. There is an unspecific out loud, but in my head there is a specific point where the amount of XP just like stops mattering to me. Like if we're giving somebody that we're going to use long term like 15 XP compared to 1500 XP to someone we're like maybe going to use every once in a while, like those two are big enough of a difference. I don't know exactly where the line is where I have to think about it. But I know I don't need to think about it giving to the Donahue card at all because it's just unnecessary. And I know you're all gonna be like, what doesn't matter? Like it's do whatever feels right, my guy. But it's something I feel like we've like gotten away from talking about a lot, and I would like to get better at it, you know. There is good reason to do a lot of these things, just to like make your game, like your gameplay experience somewhat easier. So I should try to talk about that as best I can. I am babbling, I'm so sorry. Okay. Ginrai can heal here, but we're gonna give this to Jun. I would like to keep using Ginrai if possible, because she is still a new unit to me, but Jun is usually a pretty safe bet for investment because her spirit pool is like usually really good. Though it looks like she does not have piety or whatever the equivalent is here. Okay, yeah, I'm curious what her last spirit will be, but that's fine. Who else? I guess we'll give this to the Daitarn then. Or maybe we end up using the Ava pilots after all. Are you? Oh, I keep turning it off. I keep turning it off for the Daitarn. I'm just so sorry. Okay, who else is hurt? Oh, Keen is, now that she's 39, she is like actually a reasonable target too for healing. Yeah, okay. I wonder how close they all are to double level. Like maybe I'm really underestimating them, and in fact what we need is, we put him in Archer prison. Hold on. Let's see if we can put him in Archer jail. Oh, we can't. I believe we're gonna be one tile off. Yeah. Oh no, he's got an Excel. Are we far enough in the building? Yes, incredible. Okay. I don't know if this is good, but it's very funny to me. You can't move, and you have like some of the tankiest enemies in the game surrounding you. try to punch through those Avas. I mean, I guess a long-ranged attack would also do it. What were we talking about? Sorry, got distracted. Oh, yeah. Maybe I'm, like, underestimating Nia and Keen. Because, like, while they don't contribute a ton in the middle of, like, any one of their turns contributes not that much, I would say they're maybe, like, 75% of a turn compared to what most other units are. But if they get double movements really early, you know, two instances of 75% of a turn is considerably better than most units are doing. They might be good in between units to jump us in, like, to get us into the late game. Okay. Show me what you've got. We've got a focus. Let's move Asuka out of the way. And let's line up some damage. I also am so happy that we invested damage into his Aura Slash. It has been so worth it so far. It really has. It's really done some work. Okay. Who else? Ginrei, you can have a cannon heal. I don't know how good this would actually be in practice, but it sounds cute that if characters supported if a unit supported the like rest of its series, so like if Ginrei healed Daisaku, if we got a little bit more out of that, I think that would be cool. All right, hopefully this did something. Hopefully it did not just waste all this time for no reason. I guess we didn't waste all this time for no reason, because this is like, this is making Show one of our best units. He takes a little bit to get there, and we have been running into a lot of characters that have defensive skills, like, jeez. Barriers have been getting in the way, but barriers aren't going to get in the way of that. Good lord. Oh my. That is like what we're expecting out of the Dankugar, but with more mobility and kind of less of a requirement on it a little bit, and also a lot safer. And he just keeps going. Like, every kill is a level. Is so wild. It's so good. Despite seemingly kind of being about the Dunbine, we're gonna get some more Ava plot. So power's back on. Everything is shipshape. But in the meantime, that has let Kaji sneak through Central Dogma into Terminal Dogma. Gross. Oh, was that supposed to be the gun noise that sounded like he stepped on a particularly crunchy bug? Yeah, so Misato holds Kaji at gunpoint to be like, hi, sorry, what's going on here? What are you doing? Something's not right. And that, I guess, I don't know if we knew this specifically before, but Kaji is part of the alien technology, the EOT, observation branch. So he does have some connections, which is not surprising for him. But I don't know if we actually got told that he was like part of this like independent, this like OG group. But we are down here in the base to see the first angel, Adam, who Misato is very surprised to see. And she definitely is like coming down here thinking she has all the answers. And Kaji is like, not like lots of people are lying to you. Unfortunately, a lot of people that you know knew about this and have not been telling you things. Wow, we returned to this conversation that was being had in Nerve's spooky HQ. And there's definitely some more tension here the first time. It definitely seemed a little bit more playful. I mean, as playful as Gendo can be. But Banjo is concerned over the Ava units being sent back to work with us. When he's like, is that not part of, like, don't you need that for your little human genetic experiments? And Gendo's like, nah, it's fine. Everything's going according to my plans. You don't need to worry about anything. And if you do try to stick your neck in here, you might have that might lead to some early stress at an early grave. And just like, no, don't worry, you can't kill me. We're gonna figure out what's going on here, bud. And then Asuka and Kaji are largely going to be wrapping up today's story. So, well, I guess this group, but this, you get it. Kaji is in a hurry. He has the synchro data for all the Ava pilots and trying to mitigate some disaster. Oh, my bad. Okay. I thought Misato and Nunitsuko were coming into the that room too. But never mind. My mistake. I guess these two are going to largely wrap up our conversation. So, Kaji got data from some other Ava testing. Ava Unit 4 was just being tested, and it now is gone. And everyone's like, "Oh man, it blew up." It's like, no. It vanished, and the other 89 kilometers around it, which includes the entirety of the base it was being tested on. So the base that had Ava Unit 3 that was testing it was like, no, sorry, we're gonna send this back, thanks. Goodbye. So that's getting sent back to us, which I assume we're probably going to get it soon. And they also talk about the S2 engine. That the S2 engine should not have been tested. It was not safe for testing purposes, but it is likely what caused this disappearance, and that we should be careful with it. So instead, they figure they're going to use a different piece of technology, that dummy plug that we talked about before, and that, like, can we just use that to start Ava Unit 3 now? And I'm like, oh no, don't worry, we have a kid we can put in it. It'll be fine. And that's the fourth child. His name is Toji. He's from Shinji's school, and Misato is deeply surprised that we're recruiting more kids. Girl, what did you think we were doing? And B, that it's like another one of the people from Shinji's class. Like, I wonder what this school is actually for. Go figure. And then Shinji is talking to his friends to be like, "Hi, sorry, I'm going to be gone for a while because I got to do like some more work with Ava stuff." He wanted to say goodbye to Toji too. He's like, "Hi, where has he been?" Hikari, the girl we saw on the right there, she's like, "Oh yeah, no, he's been around for a while. I made him boxed lunches. I wanted to pack them for him, but he's been away for a while." I forget how like school life sometimes this is. I just like think of the rawness of the last thing that sticks in my mind is actually the manga. The rawness of like a lot of those panels are like still what I think of, like how mechanical and how just like very visceral everything is. But yeah, so Rei and Toji are talking to each other, and Rei recognizes him, and he's like, "That's not normal. People don't recognize me, nor do they normally care about me." And she probably ought to be worried about Shinji instead. So I expect we're going to be picking up Toji pretty shortly. The Ava units are so interesting to me. I'm really happy to have them. They seem hunkin' so good. They seem so busted. But we get to use them so infrequently that having more of them feels kind of irrelevant. And I don't really need 4 units that are doing kind of the same job that they are doing. I think it's a bit of a shame, the distribution of them. I would like to have seen them spread out throughout the game a little bit more. But we also have like really limited deployment slots for a lot of these missions. I think I said this before too, that like this game feels, the deployments in this game just feel really, really goofed up. The distribution, I would love to go through and like actually itemize some of these things, because how much access you have to some characters feels very misleading, given when you like quote unquote get them. It feels so much more story driven. It feels like so much more often we're largely playing cutscenes. Like, there was some play there that was kind of good, but there wasn't a whole lot of challenge outside of doing some of the secret, or what I'm presuming secret things. Like, even the expert points were not that difficult. Like, we were kind of intentionally softballing stuff in order to try and like show off, in order to try and like leave units open to like do stuff on the rest of those turns. So getting characters like the Avas to fill out a roster just seems so unnecessary, because like we don't need more defense. They actually have damage now. So maybe my opinion about them will change. Like, they kind of did damage before, but tipping over the course of 3 turns that are safe, or just like one-shotting something, which then also makes it safe because they can't counterattack then, like, I'm gonna pick the latter. But maybe it's also because I haven't invested in them. Like, this all could be also deeply biased by how much money we wasted on the Grungust early on. Not that we had an Ava to put points into to begin with, like that early on, but there feels like there's a lot of things we could play with in the future, and I'm kind of getting more and more worried that fewer and fewer of them matter in this game compared to most of these games. But we shall see. So you saw I put another point into the Dankuken, and we were only 2 points away. Actually, hold on, we can show that off really quickly. We've got time, I think. Yeah, we can what? We are 2 points away. We only need 150,000 money now. So it's 2,100. Yeah, I guess I'd already taken off the cost from the previous one in my head. Yeah. So if we get like the next time we get a real map, I think we probably can finish the Dankuken, which will be good. I can't wait to see how much damage that other attack does. Not that we really need it. I think we might start going back to investing into the Dunbine units, given how close they are. Right. I did. I was thinking about this. I do think I want to check this just because it'll give us something to talk about. I think I need a jolt of mechanical complexity in here. So let me be right back and let me go see the Dunbine double move limit. No, okay. I'm kind of remembering this a little bit more now. So no, they are in the low 60s that they're getting their double turns, but the Macross pilots are in the late 40s that they're getting their double turns. Apologies if we did this already. I had not remembered, but yeah, the Macross pilots. That is more inspiring to keep using Max. I kind of wish I liked the rest of the Macross pilots a little bit better, but that's fine. I did really like Isamu. I'm pretty sure that's what his name was. I think it was Isamu, the guy that showed up as the like surrogate partner for Noriko in the like Gunbuster, whatever. It's episode 3 of Gunbuster. You know the one. I did kind of like him, and once he comes back, I'll be happy to use him. So they're at least getting close, but the Dunbine pilots are still a bit away. They are right. I can't sort by level on this screen. That's fine. Shows 41. Oh, hold on. It's because we're not actually on the pilot screen. It's default sorted by level here. Yeah, so shows 41 and Marvell's 39, Keen's 39, and Knee's 35. Yeah, odds are we probably won't get Knee there. She's like half, or he is half. Keen's the woman. He's like half of where he needs to be. He's a little bit more than half, but that's that. Right. While we are here, I am going to switch to fairies, just to jump Belle's level. Oh, interesting. Hold on. Okay, we're gonna put. You're definitely going on show, and then Chum. What do you actually offer? And do we want to put this on the battleship? Do we put her on the battleship? I don't think we need to. I think she can probably go on Marvell just fine. And the battleship just doesn't need a second one. Like, we're barely using the Godon as it is, just because we did not have a chance to level up L before. But I like that to at least jump Belle's level up to just give us some more utility spirits somewhere in there. I don't know what level she needs to be at, but surely with show she will get there, But we'll have to find that out in next map. If you'd like to come hang out with me some other time throughout the week, let's go over the next couple days. If you're watching this as it comes out, so tomorrow, contemporaneous to that. Thursday, we are going to be playing some more W. We're so close to wrapping up the game. I'm not sure how much longer it's going to take. We're definitely stretching out these scenarios some, but we did all the story dialogue, so I suspect we'll probably get through 2 maps next stream. We're getting close to the end. Then on Friday is some more Fantasy Maiden Wars. We are starting the second portion of the game, so this is a great time to jump in. If you've not played them before, if you've not heard of any of them before, they're just like Super Robot Wars, but they're using Toho characters, and it's very, very lovingly done. Honestly, sometimes better than some Super Robot Wars, I gotta say. Then that's it for the week, so that will end our book club, and we are getting up to episode 24 of Martian Successor Nadeshiko this week. If you'd like to see my notes, they are posted in their usual place. I would love to hear your thoughts on them, but if you don't want to write them out, feel free to join us in stream and talk about them whenever you'd like. We can always definitely use a distraction. Then on Sunday, we're going back to W. We'll be playing some more W. Again, getting pretty close to the end. I think I said 3 or 4 more streams. I think chat said maybe 5. So do with that as you will. And that Sunday begins the end of Nadeshiko. So that's episodes 25, 26, and Prince of Darkness we're going to be watching for Sunday. We've also been talking about what we're going to be watching next for book club, seeing as we're going to be moving into OG Saga pretty quickly, which does not have much original content, and I was told to watch the anime for it once I've played the game, so we don't want to add that in the middle there. So if you'd like to help contribute to what book club is going to look like, show up for the next couple of streams. Obviously, I'll take suggestions regardless, but we're definitely going to be like hammering out a lot of the near future in the next couple of streams. So if you'd like to add your voice in there, show up then. That was because of Sunday. And then Monday is some more G Generations Overworld. We are getting into chapter 3, and we've sort of like we've kind of hit a wall in terms of growth in those games. Most of our pilots have the units we want them to have, and we don't actually get more squads. Like, I thought we were going to get to deploy another squad, and we don't. So that's curious. But hang out with that. Come join me with that. That's definitely more of a hangout day. That's definitely more of a talk about other things kind of day. So if you have any other questions you want to ask me, that would be a good time. Not the least of which, because Sunday will be the channel's 1-year anniversary. I don't have anything like particularly special planned for it, but I don't hate the idea of a sort of like AMA on the 13th on Monday. It won't be organized at all, but just like, I don't know. If you have any questions for me, now feels like a good time to talk about them. Maybe we'll stop a little bit sooner, and I'll think of some. We'll start a little bit sooner on Monday. We'll think about some stuff to talk about that. But it's wild that it's been a year already. It's not been a year since I started streaming, mind you. It's been a year since I started posting videos. I believe the first upload for the R playthrough was on the 12th or the 13th. I believe it was the 12th, somewhere around there. But this is like roughly around where the year anniversary is, so come celebrate with me. I guess we also just passed our 200th video, and we're almost at 90 subscribers. Lots of milestones are all happening at the same time. It's a wonderful time to celebrate. But that's it. I gotta let you all go. We've been going long enough, so thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you all being here. Thank you for watching to the end, if you did. Other than that, enjoy the rest of your evening, make meaning out of the rest of your day, and I will see you out in the stars.